Hi everyone, my name is Mike Lindell and I am the executive producer and director here at Framework Films. My role was to professionally manage the entire production from start to finish. We effectively needed to operate in the sky for about 3 hours, and that would ensure that we would not run out of fuel and that we had enough time to hit each location that we had planned numerous times. And after we had that flight path approved by the client, we knew these are our locked off shots and these are the locations that we plan to hit. So then we placed a couple of ground crew members across the city just to make sure that we had coverage on both fronts, on both the ground and the air. One of my favorite aspects about this project was that we were paying homage to Supreme, which is a very iconic streetwear brand that actually did this stunt. This is not an original stunt, it is more a tip of the hat. It was very fun to kind of recreate this stunt. You know, Supreme printed off a similar sized banner and flew it over Manhattan, downtown New York, through Coney Island and parts of Brooklyn. I found a very natural way to connect these two cities and these two stunts. And I think we achieved that with that final video that we were able to distribute, and deliver with our clients at Azuki. Every crew member, both on the ground and in the air, knew exactly the locations we were filming at. We made sure that we had professional pilots that were comfortable operating in stunt filming conditions. These are very highly trained stunt pilots. Our helicopter pilot has more than 24,000 hours of flight experience under his belt. Our banner airplane pilot has been doing this for years. There are very few pilots in LA, let alone the world, that really have that proximity flight experience. And we made sure to accommodate the right safety measures by bringing in the right professionals and making sure that we were highly communicative and choreographed throughout the entire shoot. Our helicopter pilot, Robin, is a character. He's been a stunt helicopter pilot and actor in Hollywood. He runs a nonprofit out of Compton, and he gives back to his community, and that's one of my favorite parts about the operation that he's running. Our banner airplane pilot, Mason, was really very inspiring. I didn't know this before, but banner towing is its own art form of stunt piloting. You're performing these near military dives. It's actually a World War II maneuver, but these banner airplane pilots, they will come in and dive with a grappling hook right off the back of the airplane, and they'll come down and they'll grapple a rope that is then tethered to the banner, and then they'll swoop down, they'll swoop up, and then the grappling hook will be around that rope as they pull that away. That takes a lot of bravery. To be able to tow a banner that size, if you think about the wind resistance and the drag, you need a modified engine to be able to even do that. It's pretty crazy to see all of that in action. And I think both of these pilots deserve a lot of praise, because without their efforts and expertise, this whole project could not exist. With the Inspire 2 drones, you actually need 3 people to safely operate these. You need a remote pilot in command. Oftentimes, this is the person with an FAA Part 107 license to fly, as well as a camera operator that is very familiar with exposure settings and the 180-degree rule and principles of filming, light, composition, art. And you need a visual observer to make sure that while the team has their eyes on the controllers and the screens, you have a third person as like another safety net. It takes a lot of skill to fly this kind of technology, especially near helicopters and manned aircrafts. It's such an ace team. We made sure that we included footage in the final video asset from each of the ground teams, from the drone team, from each of the cameras in the helicopter. We needed to make sure that we were showcasing diverse angles. It was requested that we film this with a natural handheld feel, almost to emulate like a vintage, old school like film camera. We wanted this to feel timeless and classic. If you've ever filmed out of a helicopter before, you'd know that it's really, really shaky. We're using very intentionally selected lenses with built-in stabilizers. Going into a shoot like this with the wrong equipment would not result in adequate footage. And we found these powerful and iconic moments over all these landmarks, and that's something that we've been able to pull away from our years of experience working on similar kinds of projects in the field. There were 2 major components to our post-production process. The first one was actually film emulation. We wanted to emulate those warm Kodak colors to create that film look. And we wanted to overlay that footage degradation and static over it to make this look like something that was recorded on a VHS tape like back in the 90s. Our client actually wanted custom music for this. We did not want to rely on a stock music library. And we used our in-house film composer. He stepped in for this and he created something that was very special, an iconic moment in Azuki's homecoming to debut in Los Angeles. And we gave them a very fun track matching Azuki's style guidance. At the end of the day, I think everybody was very pleased with the video, the film emulation, and the music all working in harmony together. And that was something that we were very proud to deliver on.